Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be taking you through a short video focusing on the hamstrings and the glutes. So as you can see, I do wear wrist straps, and this is just because I find it a lot easier to hold the bar. I just find that the bar doesn't tend to slip out of my hands. So the outfit I'm wearing is Gymshark leggings with a top from Sellise UK. So the first exercise that I'm going to show you is the Sumos. Now you just want to make sure that you have a wide stance with your toes pointed out and your hands close together in the middle of the bar. You want to make sure that you're simply pushing out the bum and pulling back in with the hips. This movement is really good because you can feel it right through the hamstrings and the glute. Make sure you always have your chest lifted through the whole movement as well, and just try not to look at yourself in the mirror too much because you will lose the neutral spine. So the next exercise here I'm doing is the Romanian Deadlift. Now my flexibility is getting better, but it's not really too good. So I am trying to straighten the legs just to make it a bit more intense because I tend to feel it a lot more with my legs straighter. But if you don't have a good range of movement with the flexibility, you can bend the legs a little bit more. So I'm just pushing out the bum, as you can see, like the sumo squat, and then just pulling back in with the hips. You need to make sure that you're not pulling with the back because this is not a back movement, it is all from the hips. And again, just keeping the chest up and keeping the neutral spine. So the next exercise here is squat jumps, and it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with these because I do really feel them through my glutes, but they are so hard. So I don't tend to go too heavy on these just because I want to keep the form, and I want to make sure that I can drive up through my toes and get that jump as well. So I have my feet shoulder width apart and I just slightly point out my toes. So just remember that you're coming down and you're sitting in an imaginary chair, and then you're driving through the toes and jumping up. Jump doesn't have to be too high, as long as you're pushing through the toes and jumping off of the ground a little bit, that's what matters. This one really does puff you out as well, so I just needed to take a little rest. So this next exercise is the glute bridge, and I do really like this. I always feel like when I go heavy I do get a good pump in the glutes. So I have my feet shoulder width apart and I slightly point out my toes, and I'm making sure that I have my shoulder blades back on the box and I'm always facing forward. So I'm always making sure that I'm pushing through the heels, and I do wear weightlifting shoes for this. This is just because it does help me push through the heels, because where the silver bit is on my shoes, that's where like a little wedge bit is. So as I'm getting to the top of the rep, I'm making sure that I squeeze the glute. So just squeezing every single time I get to the top. A barbell pad is also recommended for this exercise because it does really hurt your hips if you just go straight in with the bar. So I use a step for this. Some people do use a bench, but I just find that this step is the exact height that I like working with. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just remember that these are just some of my must-do exercises for the hamstrings and the glutes. If you have any questions, just leave them below and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching.